Hi friends, welcome back. I want to share with you a fun video of a bunch of things that I've been accumulating to make our home feel special for fall. I have a haul from Hobby Lobby that I'm going to share with you first, and then I'm going to go through an amazing find that I got off of Facebook Marketplace, which opened up a treasure trove of other great finds as well. And then I'm going to take you on a DIY project that I did with one of those finds and share with you how I style it for my children for the fall season. So I hope you stick around. So the first thing that I want to share with you is this beautiful kitchen sign that I found. It was 40% off, and I just think it's so charming. I also found this antique dinner bell. And I loved the detailing on it, and it actually works. It rings pretty loudly, but it has a little bit of that European design to it. This was also 40% off at Hobby Lobby. So I thought that was a pretty decent price. It's cast iron, so it's very heavy. Now, this is a beautiful planter that I had my eye on back at the beginning of spring, but I couldn't justify paying full price for it at the time, and it ended up going on clearance. So instead of paying $30 for the planter, I think I ended up paying like $10 for it. So it was definitely in my best interest to hold off. That's what I like to do at Hobby Lobby sometimes. I'll keep my eye on things that I find to be beautiful but maybe out of my price zone, and I wait till the end of the season when they put everything on clearance. This frame is one of the most beautiful frames I've ever seen. The gold on it has an antique look to it. I think it'll add a very elegant touch to my living room. I also got this frame 40% off as well. I was thinking about stacking those two frames together. That was my idea, but seeing them together like this, I'm not sure if that's the plan that I'm going to stick with. I got this vase 40% off as well. I already own one of these, but back in the spring I was trying to do a tablescape, and I really needed two of these vases, and I really regretted not getting a second one because it was so affordable. And I love that scallop detailing at the top. It's just so feminine. So I figured I should probably get one of these to pair with the other vase that I have so I can do something nice with it in the future. This large frame is going to replace a spring photo that I have in my living room. I really love the one that I have in my living room, but it doesn't go well for fall. And so my idea with these three frames is to put seasonal photos so that I can utilize them for every season of the year. Now on to my Facebook Marketplace find. This is a 100-year-old barn door. We're in the Pacific Northwest, so the owners had previously owned a barn in California, and they salvaged a lot of the barn. And so this is one of the pieces they saved. I just think it's so gorgeous. And when I was there, they were getting rid of a lot of things as well because it looks like they're moving once again. And so they had a bunch of other antique finds because one of the homeowners loved going antiquing with her grandparents. And so she had compiled a large amount of antique finds. So this window here is actually one of the windows at the barn that they owned, and I thought it was so interesting. It's double paned glass, and the lady had told me that something that she might do is perhaps take out one of the window panes and put a picture inside and then put the window pane back, which I thought would be a really unique idea. I found this wooden frame. I love the green paint on it. I thought it would look great in our living room because of those natural earthy colors. But I also thought it would look really darling in my son's room. We're trying to accumulate things for his big boy room, and so we're looking for things that have muted greens and blues to them. I loved the detailing on this particular frame. It actually reminds me of the gold frame that I got at Hobby Lobby. And so I've thought about maybe pairing those two pictures together. Now, she also had this shelf, and I thought something about the curves was so beautiful. It needs some love. I don't know if I'll end up sanding it or painting it. I was thinking about replacing the rack of copper that I have in my kitchen with this, and maybe putting some kitchen items into the shelf, or utilizing it in my son's room or in my girl's room. So I'm still playing around with that idea. Now, when I saw this, I instantly thought about creating an icon shelf. And I don't know if that's what I'm going to end up doing with it or where exactly I'm going to put it, but I just thought it was so darling. Now, this is either a plate rack or it's a bookshelf. I wasn't quite sure what it was, but the lady insisted that I take it. And so I thought, maybe I can use it as a little bookshelf for my kids. I had been given one of these in a really large size by our previous neighbor, and it was just too big for our space, but I love the idea of making it a bookshelf. So with this narrow design of this shelf, I figured, this could probably fit in an area that I have in my living room that's bare, and I've been trying to find a way to fill it in. So I'll share with you what I end up doing with that. But this is a closer look of that beautiful barn door. Now, my idea for that barn door is to make it a pantry door. I'm not sure if that's what we'll end up doing with it, but I'll keep you posted. Now, here is that shelf again, and I like the cream color on it, but I think it's a little too matchy-matchy because our walls are a little bit of a cream color. And so I thought I would do something a little bolder and paint it this sort of like mushroom taupey color, which blends really well with our floors, and see if that would maybe add a nice pop of color. Because it's that mushroom tone, I don't think it'll be too bold of a color choice. It's still an earthy tone, but I think it'll tie in really nicely. So I painted it that color with this chalk paint, and I'm gonna go ahead and fill it with seasonal books for my kids. I've been wanting to do a seasonal library for my children because we love reading books and we're a homeschool family. So I want to find ways to make our home an exciting and inviting place for my children. So I purchased a bunch of books on Amazon, and I'll link them for you if you're interested. A lot of these books were around $5, so they were relatively affordable. And so I was looking for things that teach lessons on the seasons, as well as remind the children of the importance of Thanksgiving and what it really represents. I like to find things that have beautiful pictures so that my children's minds are uplifted. And so I felt like a lot of these had really beautiful imagery. I've noticed that the more books that we keep around, the more my children tend to gravitate towards them as opposed to wanting to watch TV. And that's my greatest hope for them, is to become little readers. So we do our best to do quite a bit of reading every day, at least half an hour with the kids. My children are ages 4, 2, and 1, so they're all very, very young, but I think it's important to instill that love for reading while they are young so that they grow up to appreciate it and continue to be lifelong learners. This is one of my favorite books for fall. It teaches the children the importance of giving thanks to the Lord, and that message resonates throughout the book. We're a Christian family, and I want my children to feel normal worshiping God. And I feel like in this day and age, it's so hard to do that when the pressure is to put God at the very back of our minds. And so my goal as a mother is to really teach them the importance of trusting in God and worshiping God and placing God at the forefront of our lives, and reminding them that everything that we have and everything that we do is for the glory of the Lord. I try to find things that are interesting for my kids, and so my daughter loves Barbie, and so that's why you saw that Barbie book there. She was really drawn to it, and I just thought it was fun for the season. We haven't gone apple picking yet, but our plan is to perhaps go next weekend, so these books are, I think, a good preparation for that. This book is fun because it teaches children the importance of simple things like grass and glass and the sky. It's a really highly recommended homeschool book. And so I have my little helper here storing away our books. The kids have really enjoyed having this little bookshelf in our living room. And like I said, they just continue to pull the books out and look through the pictures, and it gives us an opportunity to teach them about what's going on in the world around them at this time in the year. Fall is just such a beautiful season, and it's so short around here, so we do our best to hold on to it and to embrace it and make the most out of the time that we do have. So here's a look at this little area that we have. As you can see, it's a little bit of a random space, but that bookshelf fits perfectly in between those two pillars. I try to keep this area fun and seasonal, so we have a little pumpkin and some fall stems. Thank you so much again for stopping by. I hope you found this video to be inspiring. Take care and have a wonderful week.